Hello students, welcome back to the next session of our emulsion chapter, stability of emulsion. The emulsion is said to be stable when dispersed globules are uniformly distributed throughout the external phase during its storage period. The following three changes may create the problem in the stability of emulsion: cracking, creaming and phase inversion. First point is the cracking. Cracking means the separation of two layers of dispersed and continuous phase due to coalescence of the dispersed phase globules, which are difficult to redisperse after the shaking. So, which are the factors which causes the cracking of emulsion? So, first is the addition of emulsifying agent of opposite type. Second one is the decomposition of emulsifying agent. Third one, addition of a common solvent. Fourth one is the growth of microorganism. Fifth, change in temperature. Sixth is by creaming. So these are the factors which is responsible for the cracking. We will see one by one. Addition of emulsifying agent of opposite type. The soap of monovalent metal produces O by W type of emulsion, and soap of divalent metal produces W by O type of emulsion. But addition of monovalent soap to the divalent soap emulsion and vice versa. Vice versa means what? Divalent soap to the monovalent soap emulsion may leads to the cracking. It may crack the emulsion. Next is the decomposition of the emulsifying agent. When acid is added to the alkali soap emulsion, it produces decomposition of the emulsifying agent and thus leading to cracking of emulsion. Example, when acid is added to the turpentine element, it produces decomposition of the soft soap. So in case of turpentine element, soft soap is the emulsifying agent. Due to decomposition of the emulsifying agent, the emulsion will get cracked. Third point is the addition of a common solvent. Addition of common solvent in which both dispersed phase and continuous phase are soluble forms one phase system and destroy the emulsion. See the example of a turpentine element. In turpentine element, turpentine, soft soap and water, these all ingredients are soluble into the alcohol. When alcohol is added into the turpentine element, it forms a clear solution. Means the emulsion does not exist as a emulsion when you are going to add alcohol into the turpentine element. It will become a solution because everything will get soluble into the alcohol. Therefore, it forms a clear solution. The turpentine oil, camphor, soft soap and water, these all are soluble into the alcohol. Then by the growth of microorganism, if the emulsions are not stored properly, it may develop bacteria and may destroy the emulsifying agent and cause the cracking. So in such a case, preservative agent must be added to prevent the growth of the bacteria. Next is the change in temperature. If the emulsion are stored for longer period of time, increases the temperature and leads to reduction in viscosity, which encourages the creaming and thus leads to cracking. Low temperature causes the freezing of the water content. And last point is the creaming. A creaming emulsion is more liable to crack than a homogeneous emulsion. So what is creaming? So creaming may be defined as the upward movement of the dispersed globules to form a thick layer at the surface of the emulsion. Means at the surface of the emulsion, dispersed globules come towards each other and they will get aggregate and they form a upward cream-like structure. So this phenomena is called as the creaming. What are the factors which affect the rate of creaming? According to the Stokes law, the rate of creaming depends on number of factors which can be explained by the following equation. That is V is equal to 2R square in bracket D1 minus D2 bracket complete, G that is the gravitational force, and this is divided by 9 eta. This N is the eta. Where V is the rate of creaming, R is the radius of globule, D1 is the density of the continuous phase or the external phase. D2 is the density of the dispersed phase or internal phase. G is the gravitational constant, and eta is the viscosity of the dispersion medium. So this is the equation for the Stokes law, and by which we can govern the factors affecting creaming. So first one is the radius of the globule. The rate of creaming is directly proportional to the radius of the globule. Larger the size of the globule, the more will be creaming. Small the size of the globule, lesser will be creaming. Hence, creaming can be reduced by reducing the size of the globules by passing the emulsion through a homogenizer. Difference in density of dispersed phase and the continuous phase. The rate of creaming directly proportional to the difference between the dispersed phase and the continuous phase. Greater the difference, more will be the creaming. Then, viscosity of the dispersion medium. The rate of creaming is inversely proportional to the viscosity of the dispersion medium. The rate of creaming is reduced by increasing the viscosity. The viscosity can be increased by adding methyl cellulose and tragacan, but too much viscosity should be avoided. Storage condition. The emulsion should be stored in a cool place because the rise in temperature reduces the viscosity and which may lead to creaming. The freezing should be avoided because it may lead to cracking. Means if only cracking is asked, you have to write creaming also, because 6 point is the creaming. Next is the phase inversion. In phase inversion, O by W type of emulsion changes into the W by O type of emulsion and vice versa. It is a physical instability, and it may be brought about by the addition of an electrolyte, that is addition of calcium chloride into the O by W type of emulsion formed by sodium stearate can be inverted to the W by O type of emulsion by changing the phase volume ratio and by temperature changes. This can be minimized, that is phase inversion can be minimized by keeping the concentration of the dispersed phase between 30 to 60% by using proper emulsifying agent in adequate concentration or proper concentration and storing the emulsion in a cool place. So this is very necessary to avoid the phase inversion. So this is the complete note about the stability of the emulsion. Then how emulsion act? This is not asked any time, just this is for the information for you how emulsifying agent acts. So when two immiscible liquids are agitated together so that one of the liquid is dispersed as small globules into the other, to prevent the coalescence between the globules, it is necessary to use the emulsifying agent. So this is the diagram. This is the continuous phase or external phase. Oil is the internal phase, and how surfactant act, it form a film over the oil. It form a cover over the oil and prevent the coalescence of the oil molecule. Theories of emulsification. So total there are 3 theories of emulsification: surface tension theory, interfacial film theory, and oriented wedge theory. In interfacial film theory, again there are 3 points: monomolecular adsorption theory, multimolecular adsorption theory, and solid particle adsorption theory. So first is the surface tension theory. Surfactants are needed to decrease the interfacial tension between the two phases, that is oil and water. Surfactant reduces the tendency of dispersed phase to aggregate and thus it stabilizes the emulsion. Example for this is the surfactant twin 80 and span 60 or SL, that is sodium lauryl sulfate. Next theory is the interfacial film theory. In that first point, monomolecular adsorption theory. The surface active agents form a monomolecular layer at O by W type of interface, that is oil in water interface. This monolayer serves two purposes. First, it reduces the free energy, that is it reduces the interfacial tension, and second, it forms a barrier between the droplet so they cannot coalesce. In this case, combination of emulsifier is preferred over the single emulsifier. suitable combination of hydrophilic and lipophilic emulsifying agent or surfactant can be widely used to formulate a satisfactory emulsion. Example is the combination of twin and span. Next is the multimolecular adsorption theory. The emulsifying agents such as the acacia and gelatin tend to form a multimolecular film around the globule and prevent the coalescence. They do not reduce the interfacial tension but form a coating around the droplet and prevent the coalescence. These hydrocolloid means same acacia and gelatin. These are the hydrocolloid not absorb on the surface of the droplet but increases the viscosity of the continuous phase and thus stabilizes the emulsion. Third theory, that is the solid particle adsorption theory. Small solid particles which are wetted to some extent by both oil and aqueous phase can act as an emulsifying agent. If the particles are too hydrophilic, they get dispersed in aqueous phase. If they are hydrophobic, get dispersed in the oil phase. Powders wetted by water, they form O by W type of emulsion. Example is the bentonite. And powder wetted by oil, they form W by O type of emulsion. Example is the V-gum. Then our last theory, that is orientation wedge theory. The molecules of the emulsifier orient themselves in the interface between the dispersed and the continuous phase, forming a wedge, the curvature of which determine the size of the dispersed phase. The diagram I have given in the notes, you should refer that diagram which is present in the notes for this orientation wedge theory. This completes our emulsion chapter. Goodbye. We will stop here. Okay. Stay healthy.